Hi, this is Pranav Guha Thakurta from EDU TV. From Principles and our favorite program, It's a Matter of Principles. Today, our guest is Dr. Pandey, the famous Dr. Ashok Pandey. Dr. Pandey is one of the rare educationists to find a place in Forbes India list in 2020. He was featured in top 100 great people managers list prepared by Forbes India. Dr. Pandey took his education from the prestigious Allahabad University, also known as the Fort of the East. I will try to tell a bit about him. Dr. Pandey is a goal-driven professional, educator, committed to each child's social and academic development. Widely acknowledged as an innovator, classroom practitioner, and effective educational leader. Dr. Pandey has spent 30 years working with children and teachers. His two books on classroom teaching and practical aspects of school management have been bestsellers. He considers teacher development, servitude, leadership style, SDGs, evangelism, and lifelong learning attitude among his most cherished goals. The Indian Institute of Management, Allahabad, has recently published a case study on the impactful professional development program he carried out at Alcan International School, Delhi, a famous school in Delhi. Recipient of the National Teacher Award 2012, Extraordinary Leadership Award 2021 by Education World, and he considers exposure to the schools and educationists over 20 countries. Finest mentoring and working opportunities with multilateral agencies as the crucial factors shaping his thought and personality. Pranam, sir, and welcome.
Thank you, Pranav. You have always been very generous with your introduction.
Sir, we seek your advice on how passive and reluctant learner be transformed to active and enthusiastic learner.
Yeah, Pranav, give me a minute to first, explain the background in which this question is emerging, right? You have used two words, passive learner and reluctant learner, I think these two descriptions of a learner, they come from two different contexts. And that is why it is very important to appreciate it and to understand it a little more deeply. So first of all, let me tell you, passive learner is not a product of learner himself or herself. Passivity comes because of the environment, how the learner is given his or her learning experience. And therefore, the people who are around, the environment, the context, that makes the learner passive. And therefore, to remove that passivity, we don't need to do anything with the learner. We need to do a lot with the environment. So I'll come about that a little later. But as far as reluctance is concerned, the reluctance also has got many reasons behind it. Why that reluctance is there. Okay. So the only difference between passivity and reluctance is that I will put the onus of passivity on the external factors. And as far as reluctance is concerned, that is based on both internal and external factors. Now, having said that, let me come to answering some of the remedies for that. Learning is an active process in itself. Learning is a dynamic process. Learning is a process which is based on a context and environment. And therefore, if a learner is becoming passive, it means somebody is making him or her passive. And therefore, the answer lies in creating activities, engagement, interaction, creating situations in which the child is participating, the child is actively asking questions, exploring things. If that happens, then passivity will be reduced to nil. That is one aspect of it. The reluctance, I think reluctance is not inborn, Reluctance is not something which the child chooses. The reluctance will come out of when the engagement process is not there, when the interest in the subject is not there, when the child does not feel that whatever is being taught is relevant to the daily experiences, the child feels that whatever experience is given does not connect with the future aspirations of the child, all those things will bring in reluctance. And therefore, if we try and merge these two, the passivity and the reluctance, my understanding of the situation is that the learning and the love for learning is something which can be created. In fact, I'll go on to say that it is something which should be intentionally created. And for that, 3, 4, 5 steps are to be taken. What is the first step? Let us say the teacher is in the classroom. The teacher should not be somebody who is broadcasting information. Okay, the teacher should create an environment where teacher and other students, everybody is learning together. And for that, the participation is must. The teacher must also feel that teacher is not the only source through which children can learn, and therefore bring in all those resources in the classroom which help a child learn. And that is where the use of technology will also come in. Use of role play, use of storytelling, use of children learning from each other, the peer learning as we call it. Children taking interest in each other's learning, helping each other learn. I mean, those are the things which will create curiosity and love for learning. The second thing, which is very important, is that so far, this passivity and reluctance also comes from the fact that every child is taught in the same way, same syllabus, same time, same examination. I think that is something which brings in reluctance in the children, because every child is different, unique. We all say it, we swear by it, that the children are unique, and we are not offering anything to address those unique needs of the children. So that is also one of the major reasons. And the third thing, which is very, very important, is that, how do you create the atmosphere in the classroom? What kind of atmosphere we are creating in the classroom? And that atmosphere is very, very important. So therefore, just coming to the class in a very, very predictable way, and children know that today this is going to happen because that is what happened yesterday, that will bring in passivity and reluctance. Children will immediately get disengaged. But if there is a curiosity, oh, what is going to happen today? And therefore, our lesson plans should be designed in such a way that that element of awe, that element of guessing, that element of curiosity is inbuilt into it. That will remove the passivity. So I think these are the things that teachers need to bring in the classrooms to make every child active and participant.
Sir, I think you have put it very correctly. Interest of the student, and if it does not match the future aspiration, we label him or her as a reluctant student.
Absolutely.
You are very, very correct,
absolutely
sir.
Absolutely. And that is why I may not have been very explicit in what I said, but I would now repeat it a little more explicitly, that the onus of being passive or even reluctant does not lie on the children alone.
Very right, sir. Sir, I just, it reminded me of an example on me only. Sir, I was having a lot of problem in chemistry in valency. So, sir, I used to balance the equation, these things. Sir, one temporary teacher came, sir, and he used to speak in Hindi.
Okay.
And he wrote HCl on the board and said, क्लोरीन बैठ के रो रहा था कि एक इलेक्ट्रॉन कम है, तो हाइड्रोजन ने कहा आजा भाई साझा कर लेते. Sir, मतलब I wrote so nicely, then I scored highest in chemistry, sir.
Just imagine. Amazing, amazing. So this is what I'm saying, that how do you reach to the level of the children?
Correct.
And how do you bring that element of joy? We always call it joy of learning.
Right, sir.
And joy of learning, even a small thing, a small story, anecdote can bring joy to the experience of the learners. And your story is a great illustration of that.
Sir, he taught in my language. So I was very, very happy with it. It was joyful learning.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, sir. As always,
Thank you.
it's pleasure hearing you, and it's very informative always, sir. I still remember you told me
Yeah.
one incident when you earned a breakfast with your professor in Allahabad University. So, sir, I always enjoy hearing you, sir. I'll come and see you soon, sir. Fine, sir. Thank you. Pranam, sir.
Oh, sure. We'll meet.
I am Harshini Sudarshan. I am a grade 12 student studying at Delhi Public School, Bangalore East. For those of you who are watching, at EDU TV, we are having a program where we conduct talks and interviews between students and university outreach heads in order to find out more about the colleges that we want to join in, and what these colleges and universities are offering to us. So all of this between a university outreach head and a student in order to get answers to questions that every student like me has. So we're inviting all university outreach heads and students to tune into this. Edu TV is also having a taster program, and some of you may know what it is. It is just to get a taste of college life. So students are taken on a visit to the university or the college premises to get a taste of what is actually college life in those 3 or 4 crucial college years of your life. So you get to know about placements, job opportunities, careers of the future, what that college or the university has to offer to you, how campus life is in general. So that's what EduTV has to offer to us. So with that being said, thank you so much for joining with us.